This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome to the pregame show as we get you ready for all the high school football action going down in week number 3 across southern Middle Tennessee. Starting first just across the way over here at Hendrickstadt Stadium as Lawrence County was opening up a region play as Lincoln County will come to town. Lawrence County was able to bounce back in a big way in week 2, picking up a much-needed rivalry win over Loretto.
Very proud of the way our kids responded. This didn't start off like we wanted to. Going down 14-0 first quarter, but really proud of the way we battled back. And they showed a lot about we showed a lot about our character, and not getting down with each other, and still believing in what we're doing. And finally, some good things happened for us.
Defense was a strong point for the Wildcats, getting 3 turnovers and capitalizing on 2 of those for touchdowns.
It was really big, especially because we were down 14-0. We got those turnovers, and that really motivated us to get those touchdowns, because that's how we won the game right there.
LCHS will be looking to continue that momentum as they head into region play in week 3.
Everybody's seen what we can do. We're just going to keep showing them against Lincoln County this Friday. That's all. That's what we're going to do. We're going to show them what we can do.
The Wildcats will welcome in Lincoln County, a tough physical team, off to a good start.
Heavy personnel, beefy, will play extra linemen and fewer defensive backs because they get in a box with a lot of linemen get toe-to-toe, and it's just going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be slug it out, and it's just big on big and a lot of powers and a lot of counters, and we got to stay really low and be really gap conscious and contain. They have a big, strong running back. They'll put them in the Wildcat, and it's going to be, for them it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust to try to break one, and for us we got to get them behind the chains.
The goal for Lawrence County is to get that first region win and continue what they started a week ago.
We got to move the ball. Offense has got to continue to do well. They did, from second quarter on, they did outstanding last Friday. Hopefully grow with that, and I think we like some of our matchups outside, and so I think we'll spread them out and try to run the ball in open spaces and try to hit some receivers in open spaces.
Well, speaking of region play, Summertown has gotten off to a great start so far in 2024, and they'll look to keep that ball rolling as Hickman County invades the land of the Eagles. Summertown is off to a 2-0 start, backed by a good performance on the road at Wayne County in week 2.
That feels good. We've already doubled our record from last year, and I just hope we can build on that and see how far we can go. Defense
has been the catalyst for the Eagles as they have yet to give up a point.
That's awesome. I felt like we were better on both sides, and it's always good. Like I said, biggest thing of the night is we made them go 80, 90 yards, and we didn't feel like they could do that. Just like the week before, we thought turnovers was a big deal. So both weeks have played gone the way we hoped and wanted to, and hopefully we'll get another one this week.
Up next for Summertown is a visit from Hickman County to start the region schedule. 2 teams at different points.
Everything's just kind of opposite of last year. We were 0-2. They were 2-0 coming into this game. They were playing with confidence, and we weren't, and it looks like it's a little bit different. Still respect the heck out of them. They got some good kids. They got good schemes, well coached, good football team. Big challenge for us Friday night.
The Eagles want to keep this momentum going, and it starts with their work on Monday through Thursday.
Stay energetic in practice and stay upbeat and just keep practice going well. And I think we'll be real close.
Getting to 3-0 is the goal for Friday, but that will start with a hard-fought effort.
Outscore them. That's the quick, easy version. But our game's got to be same. We got to be sound. Can't turn the ball over. Play good defense. Play well in the kicking game. Just a total team game, just like we played the first 2 weeks.
In that same region, Loretto will be looking for a bounce back as they start their region schedule as they hit the road to take on Harpeth. Loretto had a tough week 2 with the loss at rival Lawrence County. Now it's time to hit the reset button.
And basically being more physical than us and out-coached us, and we've got to get back to work on ourselves. But, our response on Monday was good. Wasn't much positive in the game, from that standpoint, but our response on Monday was really good when we came back to practice to try to improve on the things that we messed up and get back to being who we are.
The Mustangs learned a lot about themselves in the setback. Now they know what they need to work on.
Kind of a humbling kind of thing, just mellow us back out and learn from it and get our heads on right, ready for next week.
One of the bright spots on Friday came from Corbin Reynolds, who stepped in at quarterback in a big spot.
We just had to make a switch right there that we didn't want to have to do, but Corbin, I felt like, came in and did an outstanding job, and for the limited amount of reps he's had back there. And, and then we had to do an onside kick with a backup kicker, so, I mean, we had some things not go our way.
Up next for Loretto will be a region road trip to Harpeth to take on a big physical team.
Big physical team, run the ball right at you. Decent receivers, really decent receivers that run well and catch well. And then they just line up and come get you on defense. So, we're going to have to obviously block a whole lot better. We're going to have to execute our offense a whole lot better, protect our quarterback, protect our running backs, and stay with our blocks and all those good things that you talk about. And then they just rally to the ball. Behind that, they got a big offensive line, and we're just going to have to knock them back and get our skill guys to rally in there to the ball and make some tackles.
The Mustangs will be looking for a bounce back in Week 3 and their first region win.
It's sort of a big deal. I mean, it's first region game is always a big deal. You want to go out and start the year off right in region play.
Coming up next, we check out all the other schools within our region as we will check in with Wayne County, Collinwood, Mount Pleasant, and Richland.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming an over-the-road driver at Southeast Carriers, we guarantee you can spend equal time on the road as with family. Along with multiple benefits, you will receive a base pay of 50 cents per mile. To make your job as easy as possible, we provide you with the latest technology, and you are not required to deliver through the heavy traffic along the East Coast. Southeast Carriers isn't just a company, it's a family, and we would love for you to be a part of it. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie, and we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Week 3 pregame show. Now heading over to Murray County, where Mount Pleasant has gotten off to a 2-0 start in 2024. The Tigers will start a region play on Friday as they hit the road to take on Waverly Central. Mount Pleasant is 2-0 once again, coming on the heels of a come-from-behind win over Spring Hill.
All really up front. We kind of dominated the line of scrimmage and kind of took over the second half.
Week 2 was a wake-up call for the Tigers, showing them what they can be in the future.
Facing adversity like that early on in the season is going to help us in the long run whenever we get to some of these bigger teams, especially in the playoffs. If we ever start off slow, we've learned to fight back against it and push through it.
The Tigers will start their second season on the road at Waverly, a tough place to play.
It's a pretty good drive for us at Waverly. They're a really good team. They're still, played a tough schedule early on, so we don't know a whole lot about them, but we know it was a good game last year, and, they got a lot of tradition, and we wouldn't expect anything less.
Starting off the region slate, right is the first goal, which could set up the rest of their success.
big district game. Of course, any district game is going to be big. We got to win it for ranking purposes to earn our way to the playoffs and then try and make region champs for a second time.
Playing sound football is a point of emphasis for Mount Pleasant, making sure they win every battle.
Our formula has kind of been, taking care of the football, which we've done pretty well of, creating big plays on offense and on the defensive side of the ball. But really, we've done well in the second half on the line of scrimmage. So, we really just want to keep that up and getting stronger as the game goes.
Now over to Waynesboro, where Wayne County will be back at home on a Friday night as they will start region play as a very tough Richland Raider team will make its way to Waynesboro. Richland picked up its first win of 2024 with a dominating victory on the road at Cascade.
It was. The kids executed, very well. Execute game plan on both sides of the ball, and we threw and caught it well, ran it well. Pretty much everything we set out to do, we were able to do. So credit to our kids for working hard all week and preparing hard and getting us back on track.
The Raiders will be back on the road once again in Week 3, ending a 3-game road trip to start the year.
We've been handling it really well. I think it's going to be a lot easier when we come home, and that first home game is going to be a lot easier to play then.
Wayne County is coming off a tough loss at home to Summertown as the Wildcats search for consistency on offense.
We're still trying to find what's going to be our best thing. We've been trying all year long, it seems like, and we're starting to get in a little bit of a rhythm, starting to get in a little bit of a flow, and find who our guys are a little bit. So we hope to put that to good use this week.
The Wildcats are off to an 0-2 start, but they know they will have plenty of chances to redeem themselves.
We look at it as this is a region coming up. Bad 2 losses at first, that always hurts you, but that doesn't really matter now. So the region starts going. You got to go ahead and do better than that.
The first region game of the season awaits for both, and an opportunity to start the second season off right.
They're a traditional, good team, and it's a tough place to play, and got our work cut out for us. But we're going to just attack one play at a time and see what happens.
Richland's one of those teams that are going to be coached up. They're going to be ready to go. Again, a team coming in, off a win, coming in on a high note. I know they're going to come in with a lot of energy. They're going to come in and try to throw it around on us a little bit. So hopefully the game plan that we got in place kind of slowed their passing game down a little bit, and the offensive game plan that we're going to be utilizing, hopefully we can move the ball on them.
The goal for Week 3 is to get that first league win and set in motion what they want to achieve.
The biggest thing is just execution, continuing to build on what we did Friday night, and we had 5 different guys score. That was big for us. We want to continue to spread it around, and that way, a lot of times in small ball, 1A, 2A ball, you're really dependent on 1 or 2 guys. Well, we've got a stable full, we feel like, so hopefully everybody just keeps contributing and making their way, and defense keeps getting after it.
Everything we want to accomplish is still in front of us as far as region play and the playoffs go. These 2 games that we've played has been non-region games. Obviously, you want to win those games. And we beat ourselves up over last week because we had opportunities to cash them in. First region game, and we still got all of our region games ahead of us. And we got to win those games to be able to get to the postseason on where we want to be.
Now staying in Wayne County, over to Collinwood, where the Trojans, after coming off their first win in 2024, welcome in a very tough opponent in Cornersville. Collinwood got on the board with their first win last Friday with a dominant performance over Franklin Christian.
After we woke up a little bit, we had a pretty good night. I thought it looked a little bit better. They're a pretty good football team. I know there's leaving 8-man coming 11, but they were 10-2 and 8-man, so they got some skilled people. Got 3 really good linemen, and so I was a little worried about them, but we were able to get on track and have a pretty good night.
All 3 phases were working for the Trojans as they were able to take care of business.
I see the last few years, I think it's been a 1-player game or a 2 or 3 player game. I think that now we're playing better as a team as a whole.
Up next for Collinwood will be a visit from Cornersville as they start their second season.
First region game, big game. Their linemen are pretty good size. They look pretty good on film. Of course, they lost Ben Franklin, which is a big loss for them. I'm sure they're trying to figure all that out, but they're a good football team.
Region play is the most important time of the year and a great opportunity to come together.
Go all 4 quarters. Don't let down. Don't let up, and play as a team.
It will take another big effort from the Trojans in Week 3, and they need to put it all together once again.
not shoot ourselves into it, no mistakes, penalties putting you in a tough situation. And then, defensively, they do a lot of pulling and run the buck and stuff like that, and they are pretty good at it. So we have to be aggressive and get after them. But size is not a thing we worry so much about. It is hoping nobody don't have that quickness above us, and so they're a good football team. They've had a couple of tough weeks. Their first week they played a really good football team, and so and then last week they had Chapel Hill, and it was close until later on. I think they got a good team.
Coming up next, we head on over to the world of college football, where UNA gets ready for its home opener against Illinois State.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street, next to the courthouse.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
From the X Sports Network, this is the UNA Report, presented by First Class Charter.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Now over in Florence, where UNA will have its home opener on Saturday night. The Lions will be welcoming in Illinois State. Here's what head coach Brent Dearmon had to say about the big matchup over at Brawley Stadium. Game week once again here. I know last week in Memphis didn't go the way you guys wanted to. The kind of positives, lessons you guys take from the game?
Our defense gave up 59 yards rushing to one of the better FBS rushing programs. Only gave up 9 points in the second half. I think our defense is playing really well. That's a game that we're going to give everything we got to win. At the same time, in the crazy world of NIL and all this, the separation between our level and the next level is growing even bigger and bigger. But to see the way our guys competed, there's so many good signs that we can take out of. We got to settle down a little bit on offense and stop turning the ball over. That's been our biggest problem on the offensive side. But there's so many good things that we can learn from that game.
Like you mentioned, offensively, turnovers in the first couple of weeks have been a problem. Just what kind of things can you guys work on here in practice to kind of alleviate the problem?
We got to make better decisions. Most of our turnovers have been interceptions. Ball security side of things. We had one ball security issue last week with a running back fumble. We work ball security every Tuesday and Wednesday, so that's something that we're going to continue putting a big emphasis on. But the biggest one is the decision making, getting the ball out of our hands, making sure my feet are set when I try to make throws. So those are things that when you bring in a quarterback that gets here in the summer, he didn't have time with the receivers like in spring ball. Those are little kinks that you're going to continue working out in the first couple games.
Illinois State, just like you guys, guys played an FBS team the week before. What kind of things you learned about them in that game at Iowa?
I mean, it's 6-0 at halftime against Iowa. Iowa's a solid, hard-nosed, hit-you-in-the-mouth football team, and the way that they played that tough opponent showed a lot of grit, showed a lot of toughness. Iowa had to create some explosive plays with just guys winning in one-on-one matchups. So I think they're a solid, very good football team. So we've got to strap it up. We got to be ready for an old, hard-nosed, smash-mouth football game.
Got a home game finally on the road the first 2 weeks. What's it going to be like to stay here in Florence on Saturday?
Well, it feels great to sleep in your own bed on a Friday night. I know that. Get to tuck my kids in, wake up, have breakfast with them. Usually in a better state of mind as a coach when you get to do those things. But to see our home fans, to see our families, to see our student section, to be able to perform in front of a band that's one of the best I've ever been around, all those things feed this team and bring energy to us. So I think we'll be able to benefit from all those things of playing at home.
What do you want to see out of your guys here on Saturday night?
And you want to see a win. I mean, we fought, we battled. You've seen 13 games of this program since I've been here that fight and battle, that have leads, that have halftime leads. Now you want to see a win. Now you want to see a finish. And to get a win against a program like this, a solid program, would be big for us moving forward.
That does it for the pregame show. Kickoff is just minutes away. Don't forget to check out all the highlights going down tonight on The Final Score.
This is the X Sports Network.